you're just gonna all have to deal with that. I hate, hold on. All right, 1 second. 1 second, let me just get out. Why are you still alive? Oh, let me kill this thing first, and then I'm gonna get into my complex feelings with Stranger Things and its villains. All right, cool. Let the battle music fade real quick, so that I can once again hear myself think. There we go. I love how the moment I was like, oh, there we go, I can hear myself, it just screamed. I love Star Wars so much. Yeah, so Season 2's antagonist was very cool, but the problem with it, in my hazy, not necessarily correct memory, was that it was too different too fast, is like what my instincts is saying from like the Demogorgon. Like the Demogorgon was this mindless hunter from another world that Eleven called to Hawkins and was like, you know, kidnapping and eating people because it was just a monster from another dimension. The Mind Flayer was such a departure from that, but we were still expected to believe the two were connected. Like, the Demogorgon went from, it's this one big spooky thing, to now there's a bunch of small ones which are growing into big. Where did they all come from, by the way? Like, I remember Will. Yeah, it was Will. I remember Will threw one up, but I don't remember where the rest of those came from, because they didn't all come out of Will. But like, yeah, so like they introduced like the whole hive mind thing, and they brought the Mind Flayer out, and it was like, okay, you know, it was cool. The Mind Flayer was cool, and I do like it, but it was too different from the Demogorgon, and they just made it connected to the Demogorgon, and I feel like that did a lot to like make it harder to really get into him. Let me unlock this door. That was one thing. Oh shoot, that's crazy. He threw ones up because he acknowledged the tribal chief. Shut up, Cash. No, I don't know why I laughed at that. It was no, I'm not giving you the satisfaction of a laugh. But yeah, so like the Mind Flayer was cool, but it was really different and just not the same thing at all. So it was hard to connect. Several parts have been removed from this console, and a laser drill has been used on a number of the subsystems. The frick? Alright, replace the missing parts. Alright, fine, I'll go find parts. I'll go play the game. Too late you laughed, clipping and tweeting about it. Oh no! You're engaging with me and spreading my stuff onto places where other people could see it. Don't do that! Don't do that! Oh no! Oh no! Anyway, so the Mind Flayer was cool, but too different to be connected with the Demogorgon. And then just like Season 2 was kind of boring. That I'm like remembering now that Season 2, I don't remember most of Season 2. How are you missing? How are you missing all of these shots? Thank you. Yeah, Season 2 had one really cool idea, which was the Mind Flayer, and then yeah, and that's why and that's actually super fair. So Season 3, I think, was way more interesting. It did the weird, dumb, stupid, the Russians are coming thing, but beyond that being objectively stupid, and there's no reason that would be what happened, because how did they find out about this in the first place? This was a CIA project. Season 3 was actually really cool. Like, it introduced Max, and Max was awesome. I loved Max. I still love Max, and I really hope that it's so hard because like Max died and that should remain how it is. I haven't seen Season 5 yet. I really hope they don't bring Max back because it would just like first off, I hate being death baited. It is my least favorite thing because like it just makes it so much harder for me to care about your story. Like, you know, all stories, suspension of disbelief, blah, 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 blah. If you pretend to kill a character just for the shock, and then you're like, oh no, they're actually fine, lol, it's dumb and stupid and bad. So I love Max. I wanted Max to survive, and then Max died. And then 11 tried to resurrect her, and then her brain was empty. So it's like, I don't know what happens, but I hope that whatever they do, they don't bring Max back, because it would cheapen what happened to her. It would cheapen what happened to her. But yeah, season 3 was really cool because I had Max. I had her brother. Her brother was such a good antagonist. Like, he was really, really good at being scary. And, like, oh my gosh, her dad. Dude, that, like, interplay, I think we only had one scene with her dad and her brother, and it was great. It was chills. You know what? So now I understand why you feel the way you feel about Nancy. I'll let you finish the entire show and we can discuss. All right, fine. I'll... Once I finish the incredibly Why is that not a damaged mining drone? Just shoot it a bunch of times. But yeah. Max's brother was great. And then, like, the thing at the end when he, like, kind of... Like, I love a complicated villain character. I love it when... Not necessarily when you, like, redeem your villains. Because, like, how can you hate this bravery? Oh, yeah, no. Like, Nancy before that was great. Like, okay. I've been talking a lot of slander about Nancy. Nancy, before she started flip-flopping, was awful. Now I need a villain with a purpose. Yeah, exactly! Like, you can have a pure evil villain. You can have a villain who is completely a bad guy, but I want them to feel human in the sense that they, like, care about things. So, like, two examples of this on either side are, so, like, talking about Max's brother, a thing I really loved about Max's brother was the fact that he ended up caring about her. Like, he cared about her, but, like, his problem, I feel, was more with their parental situation. Because, like, I forget what he did before when he got possessed. I'm gonna have to read this, aren't I? I forgot what he did before he got possessed. I feel like there was one thing before he got possessed where he, like, kind of showed that he kind of somewhat cared about his sister that he hated. I could be misremembering, but, like, towards the end, when he, like, defied the goop monster I like the goop monster a lot, by the way. I have a weakness for body horror, though, so, like, that's a thing. So, like, whatever. Anyway, yeah, so I loved that complexity because, like, he cared about her, which really made you think about him in a different light. He was still objectively terrible, but, like, he was different and, like, you could sympathize with him and he had human traits. Why is the screen doing that? It'll fix itself. But, like, I really love that kind of stuff. I'm like...